Well, folks, what a day we got. Look at this. Look at Apple. Apple just carried the entire market, folks. So, what a day we got indeed. Today was something else. We got a freaking short squeeze across the board. We got the exact same script from yesterday. Exactly the same. You cannot believe this. Who'd have guessed? Who saw this coming? Not me. No. What a day we had today, folks. My gosh. I mean, look at what the market's been doing to us. Big gap down, gap fill. Big gap down, gap fill. Just ridiculous price action. And in this market, price action is king. If you're like me, I woke up and I thought to myself, there's no way the market's going up. There's no way. Off of bad JP Morgan earnings, bad Morgan Stanley earnings. JP Morgan said we're done buying back our own stock because we got to save cash because we're expecting a lot of bankruptcies coming up this next few quarters. What would normally be bad news ends up just making the markets going straight up. Classic case of what is the market there to do? It's there to cause the most pain to the most people, and that is exactly what we got today. My goodness, just check out what SPY did today. Just craziness across the board. What Nasdaq did today. Nasdaq was insane. We come down. We had a low of 279. We had a high of 287. That's a fucking huge move on the Nasdaq. Holy moly. I got myself cooked. We got cooked pretty bad today. So we first traded today. I grab an Amazon put in the money 7:14:22. That would be today at 7:18 in the morning. So Amazon, what do? We grabbed this put at the bottom, guys. This sucked. I grabbed the put at the literal bottom. I'm thinking I see this huge red candle at this level. I thought, all right, that's it. We test this level. We got a low bounce. Break it. I'm going to grab a put. I think we're dumping all day because some days it kind of just felt like that today. I woke up and it kind of like felt like yesterday the market was strong, but can it really do that a second day? And boy, was I wrong because yes, it can. And they destroyed puts. I mean, this is just. Why do you think they gap it down overnight? Because people like me can't enjoy the options trading off of that. We don't get that move. That move just, it's like poof, it doesn't even happen. It happens overnight. You can't touch it. The only way you can get in on that is if you hold overnight. And I had some NASDAQ puts, which I still have. And my God, they got cooked. Wow, just insane. So the Amazon, we grab a put at 4:30. I'm holding it all day. You know, I'm thinking how many times have I grabbed a put and then I sell it and then it ends up going down. So I'm holding, but I ignored the price action. This is just a bad day. I haven't had a bad day like this in a minute, but it's all right. We get up, we go, we grind again. There's another day tomorrow. No reason to linger on this one. But Amazon just trucking with the rest of the market. But the real headline story is just Apple. Apple is just, are you freaking kidding me, Apple? Look at that. Just insane. Straight up into this ascending wedge, which I actually broke out of today, which is kind of interesting. A little interesting there. Curious to see what comes out of that. But yeah, Amazon, I grab a put. I'm holding it all day. So Amazon, I'm looking at this here. I see Amazon get a huge red dingus engulfing. I'm thinking, all right, we're overbought. I grabbed another put off of this. We come down just a little bit, and it just wasn't there. So I ended up taking a $209 loss off of that total trade, which is brutal. These are only a week out, so I wasn't gonna hold them overnight. I still have a lot of the Nasdaq puts. I don't want to just be completely loaded to the tits and puts because if the market just rallies tomorrow, who the hell knows where we're going. But otherwise, so this wasn't just a one trade that ruined my entire day. There was another trade. I grabbed a Nasdaq call, which I ended up losing $33 on, which would have basically doubled today if I held it all day. Of course, I sold it for a $33 loss, and then I just watched my puts get roasted. So I ended up grabbing that right here. Of course, I grab it on this, thinking, hey, we're going to break this level. And then we get a big red candle telling me, hey, maybe we're going to bounce off this previous level that we bounced off of right here at 282.64. But it turns out I was wrong. I should have waited for the 9 EMA retest. It tests it and bounces. Test and bounce. Test. Oh, no, we broke. Oh, no, what's happening? Oh, then we're going straight back up. So I probably wouldn't have held them all day. These are 1 day out contracts. I never hold those all day. So that's why I'm not gonna cry about it because I know these are so volatile. I wasn't just gonna sit on it all day. So we lost 33 off of that. That would have been like a $200 gain. It would have been a break even day with my Amazon puts had I held on to that all day. But clearly Apple just the market cannot go down if Apple is this strong. It just won't happen. And today is a great example of that because when Apple is this strong, the market literally can't go down. It's too big to go down. A Tesla was hardly even green. Microsoft barely even half a point green. Nvidia, nice little green day for Nvidia, but Qualcomm had a crazy day today, which I still hold that. But this is concerning seeing this. Like you see this in this market, and it does not end well for Qualcomm. Qualcomm just getting really good news again today. But anyway, the big news was J.P. Morgan had really bad earnings. So the S&P almost ended green with J.P. Morgan, the biggest bank, just like completely dead. Just it crashed and just made no recovery today. I think Bank of America was also really red on that. Wells Fargo, slightly red. Wells Fargo has earnings tomorrow morning, which will tell us about the mortgage market and how weak it's gotten. So also bad news, but who knows what the market's going to do with that bad news because it just doesn't really even matter anymore. Morgan Stanley also had pretty bad earnings. Yeah, they missed their earnings too. So I mean, they dumped straight down and just boom, short cover. So markets obviously it's gotten to the point where everyone thinks they know what's going to happen, me included. So that's why I got roasted because I thought bad inflation meant hey, we're going to go down. I thought bad earnings for J.P. Morgan probably meant hey, we're going to go down. It turns out neither of those things really matter because that's the market we're in. And that's the market we're in. So a lot of people you're gonna see people on TikTok being like, oh, the market's already priced in inflation. That's gonna be the meme now. It's like, oh, it already priced in inflation. That's 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 so. I mean, it's like a forest fire. It's like being like a forest fire has already priced in. It's already yeah we've already accounted. We've already priced in that the entire forest is gonna burn down. So it's not that bad. That's kind of like what saying it, pricing in inflation is. And maybe hey maybe it's true, but my explanation would just be everyone looked back at what happened last CPI report and thought, oh yeah, we're definitely getting a repeat of that. And we have not. You can just see we got one dump down, and now it's just like holding on for dear life. SPY bouncing right off of 371. So that's the level to break now. Because if that didn't hold up, I mean, we're going straight down. We're just tanking straight down. Let's see if I can move this down. Straight down to like 350, I would imagine. But um, yeah, I mean that's just my explanation. This is the market we're in. It is absolutely here to destroy puts, just ruin your puts. Why else do you think it'd be doing this? How else would you explain this? Other than just short covering and just like sellers, they just sell it down overnight, so you and I don't get to enjoy our puts, and then it just rips up during the day when we think it's going to go down, and it destroys our puts, and we sell it like idiots, and then it does the same thing again and again and again and again. So that's why price action is king. This is just one of those days I woke up and I thought I knew what was going to happen. That's when you're almost really setting yourself up for failure when you wake up and you're like, I know the market's going down today. I'll just grab a put. And sometimes it's worked. My biggest days have been when that exact thing happens. But sometimes you gotta just look at the price action, and you gotta see like look at I mean this crazy bounce off the Nasdaq, just huge green. You gotta just see that and be like, oh no, this is actually not going to be one of those days where we just go straight down. This is going to be a day where bulls give us a run for our money and market makers just melt your premiums. They just watch your puts. They're sitting there in their fucking offices just like, you see how many people bought SPY puts today, dude? Do you have any idea how many people bought SPY puts? And they rake in all that premium and they just laugh their fucking asses off at us because we're sitting here thinking, gee, maybe J.P. Morgan having really bad earnings isn't good for the economy. Um, and then you know what they're gonna do? They'll give us another green day tomorrow. I'm calling it now. We're gonna get a fucking green day tomorrow, and they are going to just rip the market straight up. We could rip up past this level. We could rip up here to 383 or something on SPY. I would not be surprised one bit if they did that. Because then what would that be? We'd get a break of this. We'd get some upside looking like a breakout. Why not trap some bulls on the way down? And that would also cause the most pain because who else would just be thinking, oh shit, inflation's priced in, we're gonna go up. And so that's what I would very much expect. But this is kind of just like a controlled burn. It's like when they they do controlled burns to keep forest fires from getting too bad. They don't want the forest fire to just completely explode and for panic to go crazy this early. They want it to be a nice controlled burn where they get the hourly RSI. Look at the bottom right there. Hourly RSI hits 30, bounce. Hourly RSI 30, bounce. They're just doing this so they can have a controlled burn so we don't get too oversold. And then we can just steadily climb the stairs down. Because you would think, holy shit, SPY's been rallying. But look, SPY's been going down still. It's still just lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower low, lower high. And now, what do you think? We're going to get a lower low? Maybe. I'd be shocked if we take out 382 tomorrow, but I'm calling it now. It could happen. So, this is the world we're in. Shit, we could see some red down here tomorrow. Come down to like 374, give us a nice little inverse head and shoulders, and bounce off of that. Who knows? Your guess is as good as mine right now. But yeah, this is it's a rough one. I was due for a really bad day like today. I'm not like yeah, it's okay, just 200 and, 212, 242. Yeah, so a 242 day red. I'm not like, yeah, that's not that bad. Like it sucks. I haven't had a big red day like this in a while. So, just from like day trading, I've had like my swings do that bad, but otherwise, yeah, it sucks. And I mean, frankly, I was due for a day like today because I haven't had one in a while. And I had been doing pretty good on my like swings, on my overnight swings. I hadn't been hitting any bad ones, but today was just not in the cards. It just the market was just like we are not going down no matter what. So that's what happens. And now we wait and see what happens next. I'm gonna hit some charts. I think tomorrow's gonna be fucking crazy. I think it's gonna be a nutso day tomorrow. But we will see. Um, as for that, yep, red $249. Is that what I said? Let's see if we can make back tomorrow. Still like evenish, greenish on the week, I believe. I'll have to go back and look. But yeah, we gave some back to the market makers. They got me today, and this is another one to learn. Another sticky note right on my forehead of me just being like, never wake up and look at the news and just convince yourself you know what's gonna happen. Because you're some days it'll work, other days it won't, and you just like. I cannot just put my nuts into the wood chipper and leave them in there all day because that's what I did today. I just like grabbed the put at the bottom and just watched it go up, watch it go up, watch it go up, and just it could have just been $100 loss, and I would have shrugged it off, no big deal. But if it's a losing trade, you just gotta cut it. Just don't let the losers run. Just let the losers die out early, and you'll live to fight another day, which I will. It was only 250, so we pick yourself up, and yeah, we look forward to tomorrow. So as for tomorrow, so the Nasdaq um, is kind of still just in this channel. So we're just bouncing in this channel. We kind of bounced over here. We're obviously bouncing off support here. Now we're right up here against what was resistance previously. Shit. I mean, from the looks of it, it almost looks like we broke out today, but I don't know. This chart's weird. It's just so much is just on Apple, and I know Apple is right up against resistance right now. I mean, it's just been going crazy vertical. We're almost overbought on the 4 hour. Like this is the most overbought it's been in since April. Um, so they're really giving Apple some room to drop, but yeah, even some pretty high volume buying today. I don't know, man. I would be very surprised if Apple comes up here and breaks 151. That would be a higher high. That would be crazy on Apple. So tomorrow could be green. We could just get green up until Apple's right here. Close it up. See what happens on Monday. Get some dumping on Monday. But yeah, I'm gonna hit the charts and take a look. See, just gonna have a quick look. See what's going down. But Amazon is still just in this channel. We bounced off this big fib over here. 107.86. Hard bounce off of that. But we're still just putting in lower highs and lower lows. So until we break that trend, I will expect that we go down. But yeah, that's about all I got for you folks. we will see what tomorrow brings. I'm kind of worried. I think it's going to get crazy, but I did grab myself. So before we close today, I did grab myself a Nasdaq call, a tiny little hedge. I cannot just wake up into a like 2% gap up and not have something. So if I wake up and we gap down like 3%, then so be it. This goes to zero. My puts are worth way more than that. So just you have to hedge yourself. This is such a insane market that we're in. So I'm hedged, and I will sleep easy because of that. So, anyways, folks, keep your head high. We'll see what happens next. Peace.